was about the spirituality of young people. So I thought I would just kind of boil this down to a couple of longings, right? So first of all, is that every young person longs to be connected to a greater source of compassion. You know, every young person has that longing that I'm not just this free electron, unconnected. I want to feel my life is held by some greater source of compassion or love or meaning. And I need to find that out on my own. It can't just be handed to me from my parents. It can for a certain amount of time. But adolescents, remember, are moving from childhood to adulthood. So they're moving from being a child. They're trying to figure out, who am I? Who do I belong to? What's my purpose? And they're in that transition stage, which in America, that stage may last 15 years. Some of you are still in it and you're 40 years old. Don't worry, you'll get there. But they're moving to adulthood, right? So they're in that kind of transition. And one of the pursuing questions is what's happening here on this planet? And am I connected to anything else, or is this just a meaningless, random, alienating world? So they all have that longing, and these longings, right, we would say, are signs of the divine within them to be connected to some greater source. So when you're working with young people, you're trying to give them ways to access that longing and to feel that kind of connection. And when I was just at a Native American church, and they said, you know, you have to be connected to Mother Earth. This is to God's body. Some theologians would say we have to be this disconnection we feel from the sacred is what they were teaching me is directly connected to our disconnected from the natural world. And the more we live in artificial spaces and artificial devices and artificial things, the less we are able to access this part of ourselves. You know. So you're finding ways to bring them in. Silence, solitude, sending kids out with journals, doing little prayer exercise. Even when I lead kids in prayer, I'll say, okay, well, so we're going to have this time of prayer. You know, does anybody have things we want to pray for? And sometimes they'll say things, sometimes they won't. And then I pause. I say, okay, well, let's pray. And over time, I'm trying to develop that muscle of silence. You know, I might not pray for 20 seconds. Just let them sit in the quiet, you know, or 30 seconds. And over time, you build up that muscle of just being present and disconnected from all the other devices that are mirroring to them who they are, right?